All right, so now that you actually have the measurements of your alveolar ridge and you know the dimensions of what you have, so here you have an 11 millimeter wide ridge and a 13.8 millimeter height with a safety factor of approximately, oh, let's determine the safety factor. Okay, from here to here. So we gave ourselves a safety factor of 1.5. Oh, by the way, what I just did was I double-clicked on the screen. And if you wanted to zoom in, you just double-click on this screen, and you can see the little dimension, a zoomed-in image. But double-click on this again, and it zooms out. Okay. But let's say we want to put in an implant. Well, you go up to the very top right and you see something that resembles an implant. You click on that and you go Insert Single Implant. And I'll ask you what kind of implant you want. In this case, I would actually say let's just go with user-defined. Okay, and let's go with a user-defined. Let's just arbitrarily take a 4 by 8.5. So we want to click Insert, and then you move it right over your site and you click it down. All right, so that is your implant. Okay, and let's zoom in on this image, double click. And here's the beautiful thing about this implant. You notice how when I toggle it to the top here, when I move my cursor to the top, it becomes a twisty-turny thing. I can click on that and I can change the angulation of my implant. Okay, or I could even go to the body of the implant and you notice it changes into a crosshair, and then I can actually position my implant however way I want it. So in this particular scenario, I'm going to move the implant to approximately where I want it, in line with the tooth. Okay, and let's say I decide, okay, well, great, I'm happy with that positioning, but I'm not exactly happy with the size, because we already said this was a 4 by 8.5. So you go to the implant itself and you right click it and then you say replace, and then you can actually change the dimensions. So you can use you can replace it. Oops, sorry. You can actually change it to a 4 by, let's see. Oh, sorry. You go to modify and you can go 4. Okay, and you change the occlusal and the apical to the same dimensions, and you go to 11.5. There you go. And you can even change the color. Okay, so let's hit OK. And then you can replace it with this. And lo and behold, it changes. Now, of course, if you look at the lower image, you can say, well, I don't like the inclination of this. Well, you can obviously adjust it. There you go. Okay, and let's say you don't like the width of that. Again, let's try that again. Right click, and you can go replace. Find the user-defined one. Click on it. Modify. Change that to a, let's say, 5 millimeter implant. Hit OK. And then hit replace. There you go. Now you have a 5 millimeter implant that you can position in here and there you go. You have a 5 millimeter by 11.5 5 by 11.5 implant that you can place in this spot, and now you're ready. You're off to the races. Okay. Now the last part, of course, is for you to take a picture of this. Because you're running off a disk, you don't have the luxury of printing it out as is, because you don't have the full license to it. So what I would do is I would use Windows to capture the snapshot. So what I would do, let's say you're happy with this, okay, you're happy with what you see. What you can do is you can go to the bottom of Windows, click on that, and you want to type in a program called snipping, S-N-I-P-P-I-N-G, snipping tool. And you take your mouse and you go to the snipping tool and you click on it. And immediately a window would show up. Okay? This is called the snipping tool. All Windows have it. And what you do is you notice there's a little crosshair. You go to the corner of it, you click down, you drag it all the way to the other side, whatever you need. There you go, and then you let go. Boom. And now you have a captured image of your work. That's an 11.5, 5 millimeter by 11.5 implant, given the dimensions of 11 horizontal, 13.8 vertical, and you have a 1.5 millimeter play between the bottom of your measurement and the top part of the inferior alveolar canal. And if you actually think about this difference here, that's quite a safety, that's quite a big safety area that you've built in, considering that your implant hasn't even reached the bottom of that arrow. So this is a very good layout, this is a very good setup, and this is how we factor in safety into our implant training, implant planning. All right. So I hope, and then once you have this, you can save it. So you can go click Save, and then you can save it onto your desktop, and you can give it all sorts of, give it whatever name you want. And this, and once you save it, usually I would recommend saving it as a JPEG, so you can call it image of implant 1, okay, and then you can hit Save, and it shows up on your desktop, and then you can go from there. All right, that's about it in terms of treatment planning for implants. I hope this was practical for you, and I want you to practice it out for yourself now.